growing up, it was 1969. I remember when they changed the money from pound, shilling, and pence. And you have the chopans, the 8 penny, the half a penny. And I remember vividly the penny they call the Billy penny. We were living in Clarendon, and the Dre who come with the mangoes through the district. And we always remember having this Billy penny to buy the mangoes.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm here again with my mom and we'll be talking about Independence Day and other holidays in Jamaica. Hello mom, how are you doing today?
I'm very happy.
Okay, so today we'll be talking about Independence Day in Jamaica. So from the little I know that Jamaica gained independence in 1962.
Yes.
And that we have Emancipation Day, which is the 1st of August, and Independence Day, which is the 6th of August.
Yes.
So we grew up in Jamaica knowing of Emancipation Day, which we didn't have a lot of celebration that day, but on Independence Day we had a lot of celebration, and we just go around, we have people cooking and celebrating. So
Yes.
what I want to ask you, when you were growing up, what was it like back then when you had Independence holiday?
Well, growing up as Jamaica independence after I was born. But growing up, we just used to maybe hear our parents talk about it, the holidays and so, but we never have, I don't know much until we grew up into our 15, 16 years where, we go to picnic and Obama's Bobby dance and spree dance all about Asia. And everybody will be cooking and eating and drinking, and you hear the festival song playing, and everybody just enjoying themselves. And who never come down for any holiday, India will come down for that holiday for abroad, like whether from England, US, anywhere they will come down and join us for the independence celebration.
Okay, so you talk about the festival songs. Can you remember any of the festival songs or any of the singers?
Yes, man, Eric. Then I was singing Ryan with this one, Give Thanks and Praises, We Are 25, and Cherry Your Baby. Those songs were nice songs in those times. But I think I got struck around 2015, 16 when, they weren't so interested anymore. Because if this year they were planning to don't have any competition because the
entries weren't
too good. But I think they have done one and select winner.
Finalists. Okay, so you talk about the festival song and the singers.
Yes.
Back in those days, I know you had other singers who weren't festival song singers. You remember any of the singers that used to be in Jamaica then?
Yes, man, I have like, let me tell you, Eric Danaroson, Ryan, Astronauts, and Jimmy Cliff, not that he entered the festival song.
Yeah.
Those singers, you could sit and listen to their music. Not like today when you just have something that you're hearing them, but
you don't understand what they say.
No.
Okay, so with all of the festivities and everything that would happen then, what kind of food would your people cook? Or would they have parties or street dance or?
Yes, man, a lot of parties, I say, because everybody coming up from abroad, and we know them are not people do cooking, and they have parties everywhere, but in almost everywhere, people are cooking curry goat and rice, mashed water, and all of those stuff, just celebrating, drinking, and they were just enjoying themselves. And that time, as I say, you could go anywhere, do anything, and people wouldn't be cussing and fighting as now.
So you talk about the curry goat, then back then about how much was for a curry goat or a cup of managed water?
Oh man, it was cheap. Goat meat was cheap. Everything was cheap in those days coming up. Because as I know, maybe somebody back me up here, but prices start to go up. In 1990, I can remember vividly, prices start to move up because sometimes when I always have a shopping book where I make my grocery list in. And up to the other day when I was going through some more stuff and saw my grocery list where I buy everything that I wanted. Before 1990, my bill was $14 something, $15 something, $20 something, so it depends on what I want, and I buy everything that I really need. But the prices start to go up from the 1990s coming into now. But things are cheap. What need to, and I say even at that time, people have a goat and they know that you're gonna have a party and they just kill the goat and maybe you get a half just a little, people not.
Okay, so when you were in your teenage years coming up, I know you didn't have the same money as now because even since I was born, they changed out the currency a few times.
Yes.
What kind of money did you have then?
Well, growing up, it was 1969. I remember when they changed the money from pound, shilling, and pence. And they have the chopans, the A-penny, the half a penny. And I remember vividly the penny they call the Willie penny. We were living in Clarendon and the Dre who come with the mangoes through the district. And we always remember having this Willie penny to buy the mangoes. 1969 when they changed it out, now they come with the pound, shilling, and pence. And with the dollars and cents. The 5 cents, the 10 cents, the 25 cents, the dollars and stuff. But we didn't find it hard to use at the time because since that was the money that we had to use it never make much difference when it come in 1969. But they changed the color of them and the coin, they changed it a couple of times to now, and I think they are planning again to send out a new set this year end.
Okay, so from what I heard, I don't remember seeing it, but I heard that they had a 50 cent that used to be paper and had a red color like $20.
Right, I have 50 cent, $1, $2, I have those at home. But I don't know the currency, and I think the $20 also was red like that, paper.
Okay, so going back, like in say 1970, 75, somewhere there, how much was the loaf of bread then?
Less than $5, Less than, because that time I used to get $5 for school lunch. To go to school, so bread would be less than $5.
Okay, and we all know of the Dembe Agricultural Show, which is at the Dembe Showground in Clarendon. And I know that the Dembe Agricultural Show, the first show was held in 1952. So have you ever been to the Dembe Agricultural Show?
Yes, man, that is a great place for anybody who need experience and enjoyment, something to see. Because when I go and I look how they use the fruit to spell some names and write some things, and man, they look so neat, like you wouldn't mind pulling them down. And the animals, man, they look on those cows and goats and all kind of animals, but the fruits, man, and the music and everybody cooking and buying and selling, and flowers, man, it was there that I go to see a plant that I have. That is the only place I saw that plant that I have. I don't know the name of that plant that grow in a big bulge and come up like a bell at the top.
Oh.
But I always mostly admire the flowers. They cook and, but it's a great show, man, great show.
Yeah, and back in the days, you didn't have a lot of transportation like now.
No.
So how would you get to Dembe then?
Well, when I go in, I get drive from where I was to go to Dembe. The last time I went to Dembe was from Kingston, because at the time I was in Kingston, so I drive from Kingston down to Dembe.
Okay.
It's a great show, man, great agricultural show. I say you gain experience, you gain something. Even if you didn't have the mind of farming, you don't want to farm. Because as I said, when you look at the plants, the animals, and I said where I always admire is how they use the fruit and all kind of fruit, the papa, the melon, the coconut, the banana, everything, and the way how they display them, and we know that Jamaica have talent.
Okay, and we all know that Independence Day is the 6th of August, which is also summertime.
Right.
So we'll be talking about summertime. When you were growing up, how did you spend your summer days? What did you do?
Well, we never always go out as such, with my bigger sister was living in Kingston sometime that time. I would go spend some time with her and come back, and then my sister would go. We would spend most summertime at home playing and running up and down until that time summertime, man, the holidays seemed that it would never end. It was so long. And then we started to prepare back now to go to school, and Uncle Johnny is the one who always fix our shoes, because we never always get new shoes, they always fix them. Whether it's tighter, whether they're not tight, you have to put money, you have to go. So that was it.
Okay.
It was good.
I remember when I lived with Mama, that is your mother, we would help pick pimento. We used to get 50 cents per quart.
Right.
And other people would hire people to help pick the pimento as well. So what I want to ask you, did you help to pick pimento? What other things did you do in the summer?
And yes, man, pimento was one thing that we used to pick in the summer all over. But our person who is a very primitive for us to share with most of my Jamaica, because always looking out for us. He take me down to Bosso or Mr. Levy place. Anyway, my Jamaica is working pimento. He always want us to be there. Me, Lester, Murray, and myself, because he said that we used to pick it from the bush very fast. Because for the day we would pick like about between the 3 of us would have about 4.5 tins. When I mean tins, I mean that cursing pan. I don't know why they call it cursing pan.
It's the same thing I was saying the other day that they call it cursing tin,
right,
but I know of it to contain cooking oil.
Right, so that same cursing pan that they call cursing pan, it was for a lot of years because they manage what I'm talking.
Yeah, they used to
they manage water in that same cursing pan with flour.
Yeah, and they would also boil hot food in there too.
Right. So there was, I don't know why they call it cursing tin, but man, it have a lot of use. So we pick about maybe between the 3 of us, maybe 4.5 tins or more for the day, because when we go and sit, we just pick and we start for lunch, if we have lunch. And just until evening, we pack up and things and go home with wood on top of our base that we take to pick the pimento.
So you talk about having lunch. What would you have for lunch back then?
Man, that time was bull and pear, man. Oh God.
So then you used to cook in the bush, like?
No, because it was in the bush, so we carry like don't know how much people know crocus bag or a fine bag, and we take it with us and we sit on it and put the base in front of us and shell the pimento. But we always mostly bread and pear and a buckle of sugar and water. At the time we never have ice because we never have fridge, and you know what this week I don't remember anybody there we could ask for ice or anything like that. So we just carry the bowl and the pear and the sugar and water, bread and pear, or sometimes I would fry dumpling too and give us.
Okay. So you say going back to school you wouldn't get new shoes.
No man, no, not at all. Uncle Johnny would do.
So what about uniforms? You will get new uniforms?
Yeah, and depends on the condition of what we have. Before school out, we would get uniform. But I remember it was about when we were in grade 4 or grade 5, before we get uniform to go to school. We had just wear a little clothes to go to school.
And what kind of school bag you used to carry? Because I'm sure you didn't have transport there.
No, and even if there was transport or in a school bag, we never have school bag of our family. Our school bag was like if you have a plastic bag or a rice bag or some pretty bag that you put your bag, you can and go to school. But bags like no.
Yeah, you didn't have
them. And most infant school growing up is slate. You used to use slate and slate pencil until you start to go to bigger school. Now you used to carry, like an exercise book until you reach up grade 3, 4. We have to use general science or some other book. Maybe you have 2 or 3 books, but not that amount of book now to break it back as choose to the children read.
Okay, so talking about books, can you remember any of the books that you use in school? Any names of any of them?
Yes, man. Nelson Reader and Nelson Reader and First Aid in English and the Student's Companion. I don't think they should take those books out of existence because those books is so important in teaching children, even to use R and R, like A-R-E, O-R, T-H-E-I-R, T-H-E-R-E. Those books will have you on track,
Going to school, and even though you leave school for a long time, can you remember any of the prayers that you used to say at school, or the grace before lunch or after lunch?
Yeah, man, for health and strength and daily food, we praise thy name, O Lord. Amen.
Okay, and at school, what kind of lunch would you have at school?
So we always have burger and this meal, you call blended meal, and cook up chicken, whatever they prepare for us. That's what we have at lunch. But as I think, if we don't get that for lunch, we go back home to Mama. Mama will bake the bunny and give us with egg and sugar and water or whatever she finds to give us to drink. I remember one day we were going out for lunch and my brother on the local street and a green lizard hung onto his finger. And he was flashing it, and the lizard didn't come up and I run like him to go home to mama to tell him that the lizard hung onto my brother's finger, and then he came down and the lizard come off and mama with some. Daddy always have this white thing that he take from when he used to travel and farm work and put it on the cut. I mean, it burn when you put it on the cut, you feel at the tip of your heart how it burns.
Okay, so besides Independence holiday and Christmas holidays, which were big holidays,
Right.
what would you do for fun? What kind of other gathering would they have then?
Not much, because say we have Easter holiday, we have most that we go to church. We used to go to the Prattville Anglican church and you have to be there from 12 o'clock until 3 o'clock. And you sit there, and if you never want to sleep, then I know you would sleep because this service was so long for us as children. And if Mr. Jones, that is Vincent Jones, if he come to the service, he would take us back home and we would walk from his gate back to the other side round to our house, but we have to be in church and Easter time.
Okay.
And Mama always give us this bun that she gave from the restaurant over by Rocky Point.
Oh,
With
I remember
fish
those
and,
buns.
yes, with fish and whatever. But it was good. I'd say it was good.
Okay, so talking about Independence, what is your favorite festival song of all time?
My favorite festival song, and sometimes I even sing it without no time. Independence time is like Cherry Baby, and the one with the and say give thanks and praises. We are 25. Those two are always in my head.
So you remember this one in 1994 that Clive Brown Snowball sang, it was Chiquitita, you remember that one?
When you say, oh, Chiquitita,
Exactly, yeah. I remember that
Those
one had the country and some kind of spell, everybody would just be walking and singing Chiquitita.
Right.
You know, that was a good song, and I remember this one to Stop and Go, I think Michael Forbes sing that one in 1989. So
Yes.
they really had some good festival songs.
The festival songs from that time with Toots and the Maytals, and the astronauts.
Yes, Sammy and the Astronauts, yes.
Yes, that, you have Toots and Eric Donaldson, there's another guy, I don't know his name, but those festival songs coming up, I say, into 2015, 2016. Or something you could relate to, something to make you feel happy and know, because you would set up to
Watch
watch
the
it
finalists.
on the TV. You know, they come on and they sing and they, perform until when they announce the winner. And as children would say, I know that one gonna win or that gonna win, but they were so competitive.
Yeah.
It's a light now than when you hear them, you're wondering if it's really festival song. So it was good time back then, man, good times.
Okay, guys, and there you have it. I hope you have enjoyed our conversation. Go ahead now and enjoy your Independence Day. Thanks for watching.